Hi, everyone. Good evening. It's Friday. I'm DeAndrea. This is the Sarah. He is autistic and 26, and this is our podcast. And tonight's subject is how can autistic people be beneficial to themselves? How can the autistic society of mom, dad, and child be beneficial to themselves? Okay, so it's a few things that I am not agreeable with on this. Okay, I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Um, Everyone is always talking about the autistic society, or I guess anything. Everything is supposed to fit into the neurotypical society. Autistic individuals are supposed to fit into the neurotypical society. No, I disagree with that. I believe that autistic individuals need to be in an inclusive place so that all of the strengths uh, would be understood, the characteristics, they would have support and resources within their own community. So, the series is going to read some ways that autistic people can empower themselves. Okay, so go ahead and start with self acceptance, the series.
Okay. Self acceptance, accepting oneself as an autistic individual is an essential first step. Acknowledge and embrace your strengths, interests, and unique perspective. Celebrate your neurodiversity and recognize that being autistic is a natural variation of the human experience.
Okay, look, let's see. Acknowledge and embrace your strengths. I agree with that. Uh, but acknowledge and embrace your strengths with each other. Learn to love other things about other autistic families around you. Okay? Uh, Learn your interests that you have in common with each other, and all of the unique things that autistic people have. Oh my goodness. I find myself very fascinated with my son. Okay? I mean, goodness gracious. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not trade him for $5 billion. Okay, and I mean that. Now, maybe $5 billion and $1, but not the $5 billion because he's so unique. He's a blessing to me. Okay, he is a blessing. I find him unique. I've never tried to structure him. Well, maybe on little things, but uh, if anyone has a child or a son or a daughter um, in the high functioning, you will know that, and I'm saying the high functioning because I don't know the other levels. levels, okay? And so I'm seeing how functioning because they want to be, oh, how do I say it? They don't want anyone to tell them anything, okay? They want to make their own decisions. So I had to learn extremely early to for the Sarahs to be autistic, and accept that. Accept my son's autism. But not only did I accept my son's autism, I learned to love his autism. Okay? Because he would do things that maybe someone else could do. Okay? But I haven't known anyone else to do it. And I think it's because we are in this community, we're not talking to each other. The parents are not talking to each other on the level that we're supposed to be. These kids are not inclusive in school, learning amongst themselves, building up their strength. None of this is happening. None of this is happening. So some things that I know is very unique about the Sarahs. Um, I don't know if some other high functioning child know how to do things like that. Okay. So I would be, as a parent, to be with other parents. Oh my goodness. I bet like if we were to really get together the stories that would be told. And so, but my whole thing for this podcast is for this community to come together as one, build up. So tough, okay? Uh, and also for, just for it to be a strong community. A strong community. This is what I really, really want. It's a strong community. And so I've been shown by God that just so many different ways that I can only write them down when I get them because it's just so much. Um, and I'll share that with you after our community grow and strengthen. I'm going to share and be very transparent with you about what we're wanting to do. Okay? And it's so good until I know that all of the parents and just everyone is going to be on board with it. Okay? So that. This is my calling. This is where I'm supposed to be. So this is going to be a lifelong journey for me. This is going to be a lifelong journey for the Sarahs. Okay. So and that's it. So let's go on. Let's see. It also says here celebrate your neurodiversity and recognize that being autistic is a natural variation of the human experience. Well, wow, I don't know about that, okay, either. Because I've been reading some things and actually it says that autism, these autistic kids that we have, is the next man in evolution. And just researching and finding out everything about it. Okay, we've also learned that the gap is closing. See, the Sarahs, when uh, he was born in 1997. So the Sarahs is let me see, how can I put this? He was born in 1997, so this was kind of new back then. But the gap was way wider, way wider. Compared to today, the gap is one in every 27 to 32 children will be born autistic. So that's a lot, okay? But in any case, like I said, we have a plan, and as this community grow, I would definitely give you everything that we're about to do for this community. Okay, so let's see. Go to self advocacy. Is that where we are, Sarah?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Advocate for your needs and rights. Learn about autism, its traits, and how it affects your personality. Communicate your preference, accommodations,
Preferences.
preferences,
Preference is fine, baby. Excuse me.
uh, accommodations, and support requirement to others, including family, friends, teachers, employees, and healthcare providers.
Okay, so it's the well. Let me just put it like this. It says advocate for your needs and rights. Learn about autism, and this one thing that I do know about the series. The series, he researches. He researches himself. He researches on what autism is. Okay, so and it says here, communicate your preferences, accommodations, and support requirements. In other words, what exactly are the needs of this community? Okay, what do we need? Okay, what do we want? The how do you say the
Neuro
preference? Or what you say?
It is the neuro,
The preference, the preference.
preferences.
I like that. Okay. What is the communicate your preference? Okay. He didn't say preferences. He said preference. Okay. What is it? What accommodations do our community need? What support and requirements do our community need, including what do we need from the family? What do we need from the friends, teachers, employers, and healthcare providers? So this is a lot, okay? Uh, we need you to understand. But before we can ask you to understand, we have to understand our own community, okay? One parent to another have to understand our own community. One, uh, the kids need to understand their own community. First, they have to, well, we have to get together here and find out the strengths of our children. What do they need? So before we can tell you what we need to find out ourselves, okay? So that's what we're here for. We're gonna find out what is needed. One thing I can tell you, we need inclusive learning. We need inclusive learning to learn about ourselves. If we don't know ourselves, how can we tell you? If we're not comfortable and know our strengths, how can we tell you? If we are not comfortable with ourselves and on the social basis, uh, the autistic community is not there verbally. It's not there verbally. And the verbal can run from uh, nonverbal to select mutism to maybe speaking, but still have so many challenges within. Okay? So before we can go into this other society, I think everything has been done like ass backwards, okay? Trying to fit into the neurotypical society and not understanding your own self. Does that really make sense to somebody? That don't make sense to me. Okay? You have to find out who you are. All right? Just like when DeSeris went to school when he was young. And look, don't get me wrong, y'all. DeSeris could tell you I'm not a perfect parent at all. Okay? And I'm talking to parents out there that I have just sunken into myself because no one understood in the neurotypical society. I worried when uh, every time, every day I went to work, I worried. I didn't know what was going on with my son. Was he in a safe environment? You have to understand that he had select mutism a lot when he was young, when it came out to him going into different situations out there, like day camping. You drop your child off uh, to school and you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on in these daycares. You just don't know. You never know how sick your child, especially being nonverbal. I disagree wholeheartedly with a child that is nonverbal being in a society that it does not understand. You're only confusing that child even more, frightening that child more. I mean, even if the child has select mutism and he see all this stuff going on around him, but he can't express verbally how he feels. That was my son growing up for a long time in school. He just wasn't able to do it. And I had no idea that this word existed, okay? That's just how long it had been happening. I had no idea. I don't even know when this, I have to look up and see when this word came into play. Select mutism, okay? They are not able to verbalize. They want to, but not able to verbalize what was going on. Half of these parents are nervous wrecks. I can tell you, I've had a few breakdowns long ago. I had to make myself strong. Okay? That's the only way because me breaking down wasn't helping the series. All right? It just wasn't helping them. So I had to, you know, fight, basically. I had to fight. I had to fight everything I was feeling. I had to fight all this that was going on the outside because you have to understand, we as parents, oh my goodness, we see stuff. You say, okay, go here, go there, but honestly, we don't see how the society is getting the help. Okay, it's almost like just somebody's collecting data and said, okay, well, let's put him in this slot because he acts like this, and this, you know. But this is another category because they act like this, and this, And then the nonverbal, they don't know how this nonverbal act, okay? Because, and then all of these kids from low function to high functioning uh, can test to a way where, huh, I hate this. It's just so many. It could be, in other words, it can be autism along with ADHD. Is that ADD? Attention deficit disorder, ADD. So it can be a multitude of things going on with this child. Okay, but anyway, I'm even talking to y'all, just talking y'all out. Okay, but yeah, that's my whole thing though. We need to find out about ourselves. So we need an inclusive society. That's what I'm going for, an inclusive society that we can learn about ourselves and make each other stronger, the parents stronger. Because if I talk to a neurotypical person, they will never understand a word I'm saying about having an autistic child. Okay, if a neurotypical, not a neurotypical, if a autistic child, and then if the parents don't know, we're not raising our kids to be strong. Okay, and that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of work. The neurotypical parents, the neurotypical, everything has been set up for neurotypical people. Okay, so now we have a gap that's closing. We need inclusive. Okay, to build one another up. I can if I the only way that I'm gonna get any type of comfort is speaking with another parent that is neurotypical, okay, about my child, and they will understand, or they'll speak to me, or they'll speak to each other, okay. But right now, it's got to be about building us up and building our kids up, and we can't do that in the neurotypical society. It can't be done. Okay, go ahead, baby. Seeking support.
Seeking support, identify and access appropriate support networks and resources. This may include connecting with autistic led organizations, support groups, aligned communities, or seeking guidance from professionals knowledgeable about autism. Engaging with others who share similar experiences can provide validation, understanding, and valuable insights.
Okay, so excuse me, I'm drinking some tea. It says here, okay, so let's see, support groups, online communities, or seeking guidance from professionals knowledgeable about autism. Again, we need inclusive. I think I need to go to parents about an autistic child. If I go to a professional is going to look at me and just take data. Okay, they're not going to understand. I need somebody to understand. To understand, and understand. All right. So I don't believe that a professional, unless they have an autistic child, can get to any of those levels. Okay, so let's see. Building on strengths. Okay, you want me to read this one? Recognize.
Yes.
Recognize and develop your unique strengths and talents. Autistic individuals often possess exceptional abilities in areas such as attention, to detail, pattern recognition, creativity, and deep focus. Identify your interests and pursue activities that align with your strengths, such as art, music, technology, or scientific endeavors. I agree with all of that. Okay? I agree with all of that because I believe that the autistic community, from the um, highest functioning to the nonverbal functioning, have a lot to offer. I believe I have thought in my head exactly how everything is to be. I've been given, okay, because I'm no genius, okay, but God has given me. It did not come from me, and I know it. Well, God picked the right person. Let's just say it like that, okay? Because I don't mind a fight, all right? So I hit it off. Don't, yes. And then, because I know a lot of you got a lot on your plates. I know you do, okay? So um, this is for me. I've been fighting for the series for a while. I'm telling you, when he graduated, I'm telling you, I think that they have a party. Okay, then they have a party, baby. They say, "Oh, Miss Gregoire has left the building." Okay, but I don't know. Look, this all I could do at the time after I had my last breakdown. The only thing that I can do is fight. But I learned to fight on another level. Okay. Let's just put it like that. And that, like I said, God has given me a masterpiece for the autistic community. All right. And y'all are going to be so happy. We all are going to be so very, very happy for us, for our children, and our children's future. Okay? So we're on that level as well to think about that too. Okay? Because I know it runs through my mind a lot, so I wanted to, you know. Okay. Oh, before I go to the next thing, I do want to give a shout out to Lularo, okay? And also Frank, his dad. So I want to give a shout out to them. And um, Lou, I hope you're doing good. Dad, I hope you're doing good. If y'all been listening to our podcast, they have been a great, beautiful star, okay, in our podcast. And we are hoping that more parent and kid stars just come on in here because everybody's a star. All of us are. Okay? So, God, and I do believe, I'm going to tell you something. I believe that God, we're the next, I do believe that they are the next man in evolution. I really and truly do. Do you believe it? You don't believe that, do you, DeSeris?
It is a questionable, but
I
I
do. I
only
believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly.
I willing to have an open mind about it and really think about all the
Just,
spheres of the
just,
outcome.
just that block right there. I'm, I'm telling you, when you were born, I asked them when you were diagnosed. I had them diagnosed early, y'all. Okay. So when you were diagnosed, I asked them. I said, "What do I do?" And they said, "Ma'am, you know, this is nothing. more was said, but I'm not going to go off into that right now. Okay. But it's time. That's all I can say. It's time. It's time. It's time for this to happen. It is the perfect time. God is good. Okay. And I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, God. God Almighty Creator, I thank you for this. Okay, let's see.
Says accommodation.
Scientific endeavors, okay. Accommodations and strategies. The series, you read this, baby.
Understand your sensory sensitivities,
Mm-hmm.
communicate preferences, and processing differences, advocating for accommodations or adoptions that can support your well-being and help you thrive in various environments. This may include adjusting to lighting, noise levels, and workspaces, or using
Assistant.
assistive technology.
Really? Huh. Okay, let's see. This may include adjustments to lighting. So you're telling me that companies out there are adjusting their lighting. They have people in cubicles, but you're adjusting your lighting to autistic people? Really? Come on. Come on. Please name some companies that are doing that. Noise levels. Please name some companies that are doing this. Workspaces. I don't, you all cannot adjust your lighting to accommodate, say, 5 people that you hire. You all cannot accommodate the noise levels, okay? Because any little bit of noise, and it depends on what time. So it's not, and it's what kind of noise. And you are adjusting your workspaces for this, and you're using assistive technologies. You'll have to pretty soon because, like I said, they are the next man in evolution. But for right now, I don't see you doing anything. Just name me some companies. I would like to know them, really. Because like I said, each 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 kid is so different from the next kid. Each young adult is so different than the next young adult on all these different lightings and noise levels and things like this. And then the workspace. Oh my gosh. I would like to see that. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Self-care. Go ahead.
It says it says prioritize self-care activities that promote physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Engage in activities that provide sensory regulations, relaxation, and joy. This may involve engaging in hobbies, exercise, mindfulness practices, spending time in nature, or seeking professional help when needed.
Okay, so you're going to have this at a workplace that they can be engaging in hobbies to relax and exercise, mindfulness practices, and you're going to offer them nature. They just do offer 15-minute breaks. I don't, I haven't seen that one. Okay, let's go further. Education and employment. Go ahead.
It says pursue education and career paths that align with your strengths and interests. Seek out inclusive education, educational instructions, and workplaces that value neurodiversity and offer that offer supportive environments. Consider disclosing your autism diagnosis to appropriate individuals who can provide necessary accommodations and understanding.
Where you gonna find that? They don't even do that for neurotypicals. Now they're gonna do that for autistic people? Okay. Sharing experiences. Consider sharing your experiences and insights with others, including neurotypical individuals, parents, educators, and employers. By increasing awareness and understanding of autism, you can help promote acceptance, reduce stigma, and foster a more inclusive society. I don't see how. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Okay. Last but not least, it says, remember, each autistic individual is unique. And what works for one person may not work for another. Just said that. It's important to explore strategies, support, and resources that align with your individual needs and goals. Okay. Okay. So, everyone, this is what we have for tonight. Sarah, would you like to give more thoughts on um, just anything that we just discussed?
Uh, I think self care. That I think that I think that each autistic individual need to. I think
So when it spoke, okay, hold on. When it spoke of self-care, it says prioritize self-care activities that promote physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Engage in activities that provide sensory regulation, relaxation, and joy. This may involve engaging in hobbies, exercise, mindfulness practices, spending time in nature, or seeking professional help when needed. Okay, now go ahead.
I think maybe including a game, including including a game room and a work structure could be beneficial to the autistic individual.
Okay, but uh, some autistic people, so what about the lighting?
That's,
What about the noise levels? What about, what else did it say? The noise levels. How I've never seen that done in a workplace. Never, ever, ever, ever.
I think there needs to be jobs that are fitting to autistic people, that that the person who owns a place is able to
Okay.
is able to tolerate the autistic people.
You know
And
what? So maybe it is out there, and I just don't know about it. Maybe it's in this special place. Okay, but most companies out there, to me, and please tell me, please, y'all, please, I want to be wrong about this. Okay, but just my experience out there, most places, I'm talking about the majority, and I'm talking about a very high percentage. Uh, they just want you to come to work, face down, go to work, don't talk to each other, don't complain about the noise, don't complain about the lighting. Here's your desk right here. We just want you to work, okay? Be here at a certain time. Just, yeah, that's
Right.
go ahead.
Actually, Twitter was a lot like that.
Oh,
The, the Twitter company was a lot
yeah,
like that.
but you know what? You know why, right? So Twitter, what kind of company is Twitter considered to be?
It's a social.
It's a social network
Yes,
place.
yes, and there are people who were working there.
What
they were
jobs
being
did they do?
they were being paid, and they had a lot of relaxing time, and they
But
were.
what was their job? That's what I'm asking
I'm not sure what their job was.
you. Okay, so you said Twitter was like that they had a lot of relaxing time.
Just
So most jobs like that, when you get a job like that, they give you relaxing time because you must be doing something.
no. It is because there were. It is because Twitter was a soft on the workers. It was a company
But
that
should it be
monitored.
like that everywhere?
No, I don't think that it should be like that.
You don't think it should be like
It
that?
is because they were not doing their jobs, and
So what happened? They were not doing their job. So what happened?
they were just having a lot of free time, and they were being paid and not really working a lot.
And how do you know this? Were you there?
It was exposed on the computer. That's what was on.
Exposed how?
That they were having a lot of free time, but I think that
Okay, so it was exposed that they had a lot of free time. With did they show like videos of them
yes,
just laying down or something
yes,
and not working?
yes.
So they didn't go back to work at all.
It was before Elon Musk owned Twitter, and after he owned Twitter, then it became better.
It became better. Better
Yes.
how?
Yeah, the people the people who stayed there were more hardworking people. There were more hardworking people that were able to they were able to do their jobs.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's it. There you go, and that's it for this evening.
Yes.
Okay. Sarah wants you to work harder out there, and not have any leisure time. Okay then. Yay! Yay to Sarah's. Yeah, you're gonna get everybody on here. Boy, you're gonna stop. Okay then. Thank you everyone. Yeah. Have you lost your